Howdy, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap. For the last time, it's the final episode. We're going to finish the game, we're going to get everything, we're going to have a good, grand old time with our friends, Lonk the Second and Eslo, our favorite hat. And also, we can take a look at the Choose a File screen, which we haven't seen in a minute. And I just wanted to point out something fun that I literally just noticed. So, whenever you infuse an element into the sword becomes that color. So if you'll remember when we first made the new Picori blade, the Sacred Blade, whatever the game wants to call it, it started off as green, and I was like, I like the green sword, and then you go and you infuse it with the fire element and the earth element, and during the infusion process, it becomes purple, then red, then you're stuck with the red blade for quite a while, and now we have the blue blade because we infused the water element into it, and we have green again, so maybe it's time for green to shine. I mean, Lonk's already green, so green has been shining for a minute, and this is exactly the same thing that Eslo was saying in the last episode, because everything we did in the last episode was inconsequential to anything that was happening. We just went and had a fun time in the world, and that was just for us, you know. That's how that goes. Sometimes you just go around and you have a fun time in the world because you can do a thing. And also, I was going to read the Swordsman Newsletter number 7 at the beginning of this episode instead of the end, but we don't have any damn money. So I guess that'll have to wait for later. And, you know, now we have the element of wind. We need to infuse it into our blade. And Hyrule Castle, still in lockdown because as you've heard from the NPCs, namely one Picori who I personally vibed with, was Hyrule under martial law, which I guess is what happened whenever we had the cutscene with the king who definitely didn't get like possessed by Vaati or something, and the king was like, "Hey, soldiers, go out and find me the light force," and the soldiers went out and did that, and I guess the soldiers went a little wild with it, as cop-like people tend to do, you know, bastards of a lot of them. So, oh, you can see me. I don't feel like that should have worked, but it did, so I'm not going to complain beyond the complaint that I just lodged of, hey, I don't think that should have worked. Oh, I was like, I feel like there's a rope coming off screen, so I was going to try and do I almost said dodge roll, but the stab roll, attacky roll. You know, we can figure this out right now. We have a roll, a scroll, not a roll. That wasn't on purpose. Sorry, a roll attack, whatever. You know, you come into my video and you're like, hey, look at this idiot. And that's exactly why we're here to have fun and point at look at this idiot. So I'm actually not mad at all. Thank you for coming here and pointing out look at this idiot trying to do a thing. Now it's time to infuse the wind element into our blade and finally complete the Sacred Blade, which means we can uncurse Princess Zelda, and in the video game, with no problems, Vaati will be like, ooh, curse you! You've undone my curse, and I'm now cursing you, but not rock cursing you, so I'm gonna leave, and goodbye. And the sword turned gold, it didn't turn green. I was lying earlier, I'm sorry. But yes, the power of the wind element has infused with your blade. With the power of the 4 elements, your blade has become the 4 sword. Focus power in your blade and release the fire a beam. Use it to break Vaati's curse and restore the people of Hyrule. The people of Hyrule really need restoring. They seem to be doing mostly okay. But yes, in this game, there is a secondary beam. It isn't just the beam that you get from the Wave Blade and Wave Blade the Second. It seems that forging the Sacred Blade somehow opened that doorway. It must lead to the door that holds the secret of the light force. Lonk the Second, we must go inside. Yeah, we don't really have much elsewhere to go. But yeah, we now have another beam. Whenever you make a spin attack, you immediately fire off this little beam, which is very funny because we also have our other beams. You know, we have our sword beam, we have our peril beam, and now we have our 4 sword beam. Do we have the sword on the... No, we don't have the sword on the inventory other than this, but we don't get a greater description than the 4 sword. So, surprise, surprise, our sword that allowed us to make copies and clones of ourselves, it's the 4 sword. And I, based on, like, the Zelda timeline, this is a prequel to 4 Swords Adventures, in which you use the 4 sword in that game and it splits your link into 4 links. And this game's like, hey, here's how the Sacred Sword, which was, used to be the Picori Blade, how it goes and gets infused, and you create the 4 Sword, which is a fun little thing. How interesting. Look at the images on the stained glass. I bet those stained pictures, because they're stained with the age of years, show us where the light force is hidden. Boy, I wonder where the light force is hidden. You'll never guess where the light force is hidden. I could never guess. A long, long time ago, when the world was on the verge of being swallowed by shadow, the tiny Picori appeared from the sky, bringing the hero of men a sword and a golden light. With wisdom and courage, the hero drove out the darkness. When peace had been restored, the people entrained the blade with care. And the force of the golden light embodied in Hyrule's princess shone forth upon the lands. Hehehe, so that's what it means. Ah ha ha ha! Eslo, you really are too kind. First, you give me my magic cap, then you guide me here. You've been far too generous, but now I no longer have any use for you. Oh no! The king exploded and become Vaati. We never could have seen that happening. It's tennis time. No, we can't tennis. It's a cutscene. Hee ha 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 ha! At last, I finally know the location of the light force. Who would have guessed that the light force was in Princess Zelda? Damn, not me. Lonk the Second, wake up! Can't you wake up, Lonk the Second? Sometimes the Triforce, it's split into pieces. You find it in an ocean, in some dungeons. Sometimes it's just inside people naturally. It varies. Vaati disguised himself as the king to search for the Light Force. When he learned of this place, he waited for us to reforge the blade. If that stained glass is accurate, Princess Zelda holds the Light Force. Vaati will do whatever it takes to steal that power from her. If he succeeds, we may never be able to return the princess to normal. We've wasted too much time, Lonk the Second. We must stop Vaati. Yeah, damn, I agree. And that's why we gotta break... No, we don't have to break through the glass to get anywhere. That would be sick. That's not where we're going. Where we're going is back to the castle, because we know that Vaati has been masquerading as the king. So now we must go back and destroy the monarchy, I guess? I don't know, that's my first instinct, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what we're going to be doing. But, it's a good first step if we just destroy the monarchy. Oh, it looks like somebody may have already destroyed the monarchy ahead of us. What? What is this? What happened here? They've been turned to stone. All of them. The minister and the guards. Bastards, a lot of them. Everyone in the castle. All just like Princess Zelda. This can only be the work of that evil Vaati. What cruelty, Lonk the Second. We must use the power of the sacred 4 Sword to undo this evil. Hey, we heard that we could restore the people of Hyrule with our sword. And that certainly is a thing that we can do. And, these people aren't in our way and stopping us from proceeding along in the dungeon. Lonk the Second, we need your help. Vaati took our petrified princess to the roof of the castle. He must be planning something fiendish. Fiendish. There's an N in that word. You must stop him. So yeah, we can fix people by doing this. I believe this only affects the people in the castle. I don't think it affects the people in Hyrule with regard to large. But, we'll help people as we see them. Oh, thank you. You're the one who returned me to normal, aren't you? I don't know how you did it, but I can't thank you enough. Listen, have you seen how strange the king has been lately? That's because it's not the king at all. It's Vaati. And he's taken over the castle. One by one, he's turned us to stone. Everyone cursed by his evil magic, and then the monsters arrived, even paralyzed. I saw it all. I only pray it's not too evil to undo. I guess this person was waiting for us to undo the other ones. The real king of... I also totally flubbed what he was saying at the end. The real king of Hyrule must be locked... Yeah, please find him as soon as... Yeah, we know. Look, we got the sword. We're going to do it. Welcome to Dark Hyrule Castle, the final dungeon of the game. Whoa! Is this really Hyrule Castle? I can't believe it. What's happened here? Vaati's magic has grown more powerful than I'd imagined. But the king and Zelda are in danger. Locke the second. Let's go. Let's play even, as we're going to do. So yes, this is the final dungeon of the game, Dark Hyrule Castle, which is a fun thing because we didn't really spend a whole lot of time in Hyrule Castle. Original flavor. I still have Picolite. Whoops. Oh well, we'll use it at some point. And wait, that's Rupee. Oh yeah, Rupee Picolite. That's what we need. We need Rupee Picolite because we're. Oh, that's a door mimic. I saw you coming a mile away, but unfortunately we cannot kill the mimic. We'll just have to remember that it's bad. And look, we have fire bars of Mario. They came for a visit. That we've been seeing some Mario friends along the way. But right at the end, they're like, "Here's a good friend, your favorite, the fire bar. Everybody loves fire bar." Fire. Oh wait, we don't. That's just a block that we can push to go back the way we came. I saw a block and I was like, "It's block pushing time, buddy." It's not block pushing time, buddy. In fact, I would love my boomerang so we could deal with these wisps, as the game calls them. They're bubbles in our heart because bubbles. It's a funner name, and also probably would be better if I. Oh, it destroys them instantly. Nice. Okay, yeah, I am glad I picked the boomerang then. I was about to say I probably should pick the bow and arrow, so we could just throw a bow, throw an arrow, shoot an arrow, at them and be done with it. But sometimes you're just not done with things. And yeah, oh yeah, it's a remote bomb. You have to blow up a remote bomb. It won't do it itself. We have a Minish portal right here. If you wanted to become Minish, don't see a need for it at the mo. So we'll just continue to go in the direction we are. Yeah, we didn't spend a whole lot of time in Hyrule Castle, original flavor, but then it becomes evil. Which is fun and cool. And also, I don't think the map of Hyrule Castle looks like this exactly. I'm not 100% sure if how much liberties Vaati's magic takes. One would assume a lot. And this is... Oh, we stopped the bomb. I was like, it's boomerang time. But no, we swapped off boomerang. Sorry, Spark. Even though you do anti-fairy stuff. Okay. So, oh, wait, no. There's a Minish hole there. So, yes. Okay, we do know what we're going to do now. We're just going to dodge these bubbles. Well, I suppose we could... Damn, we just filled up our health. I was like, we should probably destroy these bubbles before we come through this room as Minish Link, because, we won't be able to defend ourselves, and there's still a Stalfos in that room. And I'm less worried about the Stalfos. Oh, no, they just immediately respawn. Okay, well, we'll just have to be careful, because now we know that there is a Minish hole, and we can just drop into this hole. This is a thing that we've only done once in the video game. Like, I believe we did it in the Fortress of Winds to get somewhere. But we can now do it here. We can drop through between the levels of the dungeon to sneak into jail. Boy, we snuck into jail. And boy, is that a switch to unleash? We're going to unlock the jail cells from inside the jail? It's not the place that you'd want to put that if you were creating a jail cell with the intention of keeping people inside of it, which is how you can tell that, I guess, Hyrule Kingdom isn't a horrible kingdom that has horrible things like prisons, and instead has places where, I guess, people can go to be safe for a little while and then leave when they want. I guess that's what's happening here. Hyrule has abolished prisons, and America hasn't? Wow, they have a king. Damn! Oh, Locke the Second, are you the one who broke the curse and returned me to normal? You've grown quite brave since I last saw you, I must say. You were a little coward chicken shit last... Oh, but how the castle has suffered while I was under Vaati's curse. Is this all the work of one man? As King of Hyrule, I must do something about this villain, but I'm old, and I would only hold you back. Locke the Second, you have the sacred blade now. We must rely on you. Please, you must find a way to rescue my Zelda. Take this key. You can use it to get out of the castle from the basement. Oh, thank you for small key. I'm so glad that the King of Hyrule just carrying around a small key. If I were to join you, I fear I would only be a hindrance. Please, Locke the Second, you must find a way to save my... Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, old sport. We got it. Just go on, and you'd be more helpful if you transformed into a boat and beat the shit out of people, which I can only assume is the way that the king fights in Hyrule Warriors. I haven't played Hyrule Warriors, but one could only assume that the king's method of fighting is turning into a boat and just slamming the shit out of people. Maybe uses like some kind of magic rod or whatever. I prefer the boat transformation. The boat transformation is probably like a super attack. Were you? Yeah, you were a mimic. Okay, so that was a real door, so we could go out that way. But we never went over to the right, so let's just go ahead and check out. Oh, okay, well, cool. Who would have guessed that the right was useless and bad? I would have never guessed. But yeah, we can come to the left, avoid the door mimic. The fakers on the left trying to bring you down and knock you back to the right. But no, you just got to continue. What kind of... Oh, they're normal wizrobes. And also something I learned about these normal-ass wizrobes. These normal-ass wizrobes, they also die in one hit to fire. I would have assumed that was like an Ice Wizrobe original. But it turns out normal Wizrobes, you know, they're all decked out in robes. So once they get caught on fire, they're just like, shit, bro, I'm done. To be fair, you know, if someone lit my like clothes on fire and I was wearing a lot of clothes, I'd probably be like, shit, you know, it's over, you know. If I stop, drop, and roll, I'm going to drop to the ground, and hitting the ground is going to just shatter my knees into 1 million pieces. So I'd be done. I'm done regardless of what we do. And also, woof, that was a scary place to be in. But it's all over now. We can leave. We have the Force Sword. No one can stop us. We're invincible. Octorok, I would like to see you fucking try. But yes, there are still heart pieces in the world for us to get. And we're going to go get them now. Originally, when I was planning the series, I was planning on a... what is this, episode 12, I believe? I was planning on a 13th episode. And I was like... Because I'm the kind of weirdo who plans things like in such a way that I was like, I think there'll be 13 episodes to this series. Because I was originally planning, you know, the structure that you saw throughout this LP, where it's like, get to dungeon, do dungeon. Get to dungeon, do dungeon. And then I was planning, after we finish the game, to go and collect all the heart pieces we missed. Because at the time, I was like, oh boy, getting all those figurines is going to be the worst. We'll never be able to do that. But once again, like I was saying in the last episode, thanks to all of the great hints y'all offered, you know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I was expecting hours and hours of grinding. There's a heart piece in both of the Oracle games where it's like randomly, it randomly shows up as a reward for Maku seeds, and like I was expecting like the level of work I had to put into that, because whenever I was trying to do that for I believe it was Seasons, the one that I had a lot of trouble with, and I accidentally got it in Ages. Yes, because there's also one that randomly drops from Maple. Maple. Yeah. I was like, Maple or Mabel? But the what am I doing? Where are we going? Hey. I don't remember where we're going at all. Okay, so I started to panic because I took a quick sneaky peeky over at my notes. Both of the notes for our last two pieces of heart, only two, really, involved the same Minish, and I got a little concerned. Like, clearly I must have written this down wrong, but I can only assume that I'm a super smart brain genius who got this right. But finally, this Minish who live in the water home, they want to fuse with us, finally. And this Minish may want to fuse a couple times, because they have a couple effects, as I spoiled, by them maybe relating to multiple pieces of heart. We should probably also see what they have to say now that they want to fuse with us, because normally like, boy, no one ever comes to visit me because I'm in this weird water house. I've been banished from the village for my war crimes. Wow, good job finding... Yeah, this is the same thing that they were saying normally. Also, they don't have a damn thing in their house. They just have a rug and a cabinet with a single bowl. I guess it's a very... Oh, I guess they have a bag. Maybe that's where they keep all their kinstones for their fusions. We're going to do a bunch of fusions. Oh, shit, how many fusions did we have last time? I think we were down... We were either down to 10 or 11. I did not write it down. We can always ask one of the tingles, what is up with our I almost said Roop count, but our Kinstone Fusion count left in video game. How many fusions? Was that it? You only want to do the 2 fusions? Okay, so I wrote down that we needed to fuse with them multiple times, so I was expecting multiples, but that was only one multiple. I was expecting more. Oh yeah, we're small. We can't bird out of here, which is fine. because, like I was saying, oh shit, I just bit my tooth with my other tooth, which I should be used to. I grind my teeth in my sleep, but I normally wear a little a mouth guard. That's what you call the stupid little gummy thing I have to put in my mouth at night so I don't destroy my own teeth with my very powerful teeth. It still hurts whenever you accidentally do it because it's, accident, so you don't have your hockey up to protect you, as a totally normal not nerd would say. But yes, I was planning on doing like an extra episode where we do all of the like post-game stuff and getting all these hearts that unlock as soon as you get the 4th element infusion, which, you have to start the last dungeon. I was like, I'll do that next episode because I've complained before. Oh, this isn't actually, I don't want to come to this one. I want to go to the other one first for a reason. And actually, I think we can go to this one, whatever. We do have a thing on Vale Falls. It's high up on the mountain. I think the thing that we're looking for is lower. Yeah, we just need to go down this wall, which the P-hats will probably drop bombs on us, but it's fine. Look how many damn hearts we have. We're about to get more, so I'm not really bothered. Excuse me, Rock Choo-Choos. I'm on a mission. Yeah, we can just jump into this water. It's fine. Oh, I was about to say, okay, no, it's not fine. We cannot jump into that water. We could. I just had to try it a little bit harder. Yeah, I was planning on another episode, doing all these things, post-game stuff, getting these hearts that unlock whenever you get into the final dungeon. But we don't have to do that. We can just go ahead and break up the dungeon. I don't have to complain about I mean, I guess I could now complain like, oh, I'm breaking up the dungeons. I don't like to do that. I literally did that earlier in this series where I was like, oh, humbug, Sugar Conroy did it, and I don't like doing that personally. And now here I am, hat in hand. I'm sorry, Chuck Conroy. I did start doing Let's Plays because I did like yours. Got some beef with you just because I think you could be a little bit better with your commentary, and I'll never tell you that because there's no way for me to tell you that without me just tweeting at you and being a huge asshole. But they put in a lot of work, and I appreciate that. And I'm that's a thing that'll roll over me, but we can jump over it because we got a big old damn huge brain. I say as I almost immediately jump into a pit, and what we have. Speaking of our big damn huge brain. We can jump into a hole. We could, we can just take these hits, is what I was about to say. I was like, we could pull up our wind jar and suck up all this pollen or dirt or whatever the fuck is stopping us from, getting across that. But who cares? We can just do whatever we want. What's up? Hey, how'd you find me? Kid, you're a real humdinger. That took me a second because, as you've seen, I sometimes read ahead as I'm reading out loud and then it confuses me. And I saw humdinger and I was like, hamburger? Why is he going to say hamburger? Because also I skim as I read, so that just confused me. So, since you found me, I'm going to show you, or I'm going to give you, my #1 treasure. I didn't get close enough to the mic that time. And keep up the good work. So here is the #1 treasure, a full damn heart container. Your life energy has increased and been replenished. So we have full hearts in this game, baby. I have literally never done that. And actually, I think if we leave, we can hop off this and not have to go through the death chamber once again. That we have all the hearts. I have literally never done that in this game, so that feels really good actually. If you were to ask me if that felt good, I would say yeah, it felt pretty good actually. So there's that, and we could go back to the dungeon now. I don't know if we could accomplish more things because, we still have kinstone fusions we have to do. I don't know if those unlock post-game or if, like, our heart pieces, if they unlock just because we got our 4th thingamajig. I would assume that they unlock because we got our 4th thingamajig. But, it'll be fine. We got to do some stuff in the post-game anyways. There's no skirting around doing shit in the post-game. We came from the left. We come up here. No, this isn't where we got the thing. All that's up there is the way we came. Over to the right, this will probably... Oh, it's a key door. Are you a real key door? You're a real key door. Okay. So eventually we will have to go back there. But for now, let's journey on into the heart of the dungeon. I love these little statues. I always mention I love the sprite work in this game. But if you remember, these stained glass, windows used to be of, like... They were probably not all of the king, but there was the king with the really huge biceps, which was the intended reading of it. And now it's like this weird upside down V with like a scary evil eye. So Vaati's like, I'm so evil, I'm going to invert the letter for my name, which is evil and cool. The healing beam doesn't seem to hurt enemies. I guess we can try it on a Keese. Maybe the Moblin was just, yeah, okay. The healing beam does not hurt enemies. So, okay, cool. That's good to know. It's something I would have never remembered. But now that I've seen that, I feel like in my bones, we just got fucking shot. By some cannons. Oh, these cannons. These cannons are the stone statue enemies. If you remember, at one point I was like, talking about the face lamps. Yeah, they're face lamps. Where I was like, oh, these are an iconic enemy, even though they've only been in the series since Link's Awakening, which that game is as old as I am, I believe. I think that game came out the year I was born. Not entirely sure. That might have been 91 and not 93. It's one of those two, though. But these enemies have always been in the game. Like in Zelda 1, there's statues that shoot fireballs at you, and there's also just normal statues. These are just fucking guns. So they're the same idea, but they're a little bit different. Perhaps your sword could reflect the blasts coming from those statues. Yeah, Eslo, I see these fusion spots, and I think I can figure out what to do now. We'll just go ahead and let them shoot, because at the moment there's just like some energy there, and you can't shoot energy. Now it's time to play a little bit of baseball, baby. And not the kind of baseball that's going to drive us wild if we want to complete a game, if this were a different Legend of Zelda game. Ooh, we got some Floor Masters. And the blue one we know Floor Master, red one Wall Master. I like that they sort. Well, sure, thank you so much. There's so many times where I've been running across the world and I get a green kinstone and I tell the game thank you, and I was like, I could edit every single one of these in, but it's probably not worthwhile. Oh my god, is this the puzzle I think it's about to be? What I was about to say about Wall Master, Floor Master. The Wall Masters they kept the general design of the Wind Waker Wall Master, where they have like they're just like solid black with the colored outline. But in Wind Waker, they have a purple outline, and they have the arm where they have like a shadowy void that they pop out of. Like, just doing the big hand is very cool. Whenever the other ones grab you, they pull you into the void, though, which is very cool. But I prefer the disembodied hand because that just looks neat. Oh, hell yes. This is I stopped for a moment because I was like, what will button do? This is the puzzle I was thinking of. So the Oracle games love this puzzle where you have to walk across tiles in a certain way in which you touch every single one of them to change the color. So I'm so glad that puzzle made it into this video game. Because as y'all have heard, I just love the puzzles that people like, the annoying puzzles that people like rightfully dislike. Like block pushing puzzles and shit like that. Those are the kind of oh, thank you so much. The kind of puzzles that just, I don't know why, but it's nostalgia more than likely, and also just thank you. Wow, I'll never want for kinstones again. I probably should have guessed. I was like, what kind of pattern do we need to put our clones in? Not like we have a fucking choice. We'll go ahead and wait for you to go on by so you don't hit my sword. Not sure how careful we'll have to be here, but we do have to be a little bit careful because I assume that the blade trap would destroy our clones just like the blocks or running them into a wall would be. But I don't know. You see enough neat block pushing puzzles, and the kind of puzzles that you see like in Oracle of Ages where you have to walk across those tiles. They just get me excited for like, oh boy, it's puzzle time. There's something to be said about a very simple puzzle, like structurally, like puzzles, you can do a whole lot with puzzles, but sometimes it's nice to have a puzzle that's just like, okay, I just gotta push a thing or pull a thing, and like the Jonathan Blow, very bad human being whom we don't like, and The Witness is a very, very like stupid game in which it's like there's all this like philosophy built into it, like where it's like, here's a hidden collectible. Now you get to listen to a discussion on philosophy. And it's like, oh, thank you, Jonathan Blow. I appreciate the wisdom that you were bestowing upon me. But at the heart of the game, it's not just Jonathan Blow. There was a studio there. And the kind of puzzles in that game, I really, really love. Just these like very simple like maze puzzles. It's it's very enjoyable whenever there's just a very simplistic puzzle like that. I don't know. I enjoy it a whole lot, and boy, I probably should have put my lead clone in the front. We should probably do a spin attack. That'd probably be the smart way to do the action that I would like to do, and we can actually take a little shortcut through this block. And now that we have 4 clones, we're getting into some interesting puzzles for the clones, which we haven't. Oh, I did that a little too early. I panicked and thought I had it. Oh shit! Yeah, I need to start with this one. Well, I don't need to start with this one. As you can see, you kind of do it in whatever order you're feeling. However spicy you're feeling, you can pick your own. Oh, I didn't even let go of the button that time. I can't even be like, oh, my timing was off. My timing was so off. I didn't even let go of the button. I was like, I'm getting shot. Need to let go of the button. But no, I was just shot that time. Luckily, the cannonballs will pass through our thing. And we did not get it that time. What should we be doing? Because as you can see, we got to do it all at once. Maybe we should... No, because we can't... all of our clones have to be facing the same direction. We can't just be like, well, I'll we can't be like, left clones face one way, right clones face another way. Not an option. So I think spin attack is our best option. I tried to do great spin attack thinking that, like, if I just keep spinning, they'll have no chance, but that didn't seem to work. Maybe spin attack isn't the answer. I don't know what else we could do, because it's not like we could bust out our shield. Because, like, we can't face different... There we go. Okay, it was spin attack. It's not like we could bust out our shield and, like, point at different... There are a lot of boys in this room. Do we have a boy dispersal weapon? Oh, you die in one... oh, these Keatons steal from us if they hit us. They do die in one arrow. And they also die in one sword slash. I was worried that they'd be a little bit more powerful. Because the normal Keatons... did take a few hits, but we do have the 4 swords, so it's probably stronger than it was previously. And it looks like there's nothing in this room, but I would assume that one of these walls would break, but none of these are making the dink noise that we're looking for. Well, what if I just blow up a wall anyways? You can't stop me from blowing up all your wall. There we go. I didn't hear the dink noise there. I'm going to continue blowing up walls, even to my detriment, because, we knew. We're smart brain geniuses who just lit our entire ass on fire. I almost lit our asshole on fire, which is much grosser, and I mean, the fire could have spread, but that's nasty and not good. You catch your butt on fire, and you're like, you got a lot of fat there to protect your booty. Oh, we have the red one. Whom we saw in the Palace of Winds. But now we got a chair here. Try and get me, asshole. Oh, okay, you got me, asshole. You win. But now that you're in this run state, I can see if I can get you with my boomerang. Get you with my boomerang. Okay, you're still... No. Okay, you still can't make it past there. My boomerang does not seem to have enough movement to be able to get you over there, so we may have to... lure you down a little. Oh, you've made it past my devious trap. I'm pretty sure that I just hit your back and it still just dinked off you. Yeah, because it's a little bit difficult because our magic boomerang doesn't have a super amount of range. Yeah, that clearly hit him in the back. Okay, so that didn't work. So let's just try some other weapons on the boy. Oh, we can shove him back with the Gust Jar. That's fun. Cane of Pocky doesn't seem to do anything. Just like I'm not afraid of you. Do you see how many damn hearts I have? Oh, did I shove him with the Wolmits? Is that what happened? No, I think he like jumped back to be like, haha, riposte. But we're not here to riposte. It's whatever. Get bombed. Yeah, we can bomb them and stun them. I did not know this trick. Thank you once again, Maya. Please stop bullying me. But we can bomb them. And I don't know if it's dealing damage. They're not flashing, so I don't think it's dealing damage. But they are getting stunned. And I saw the chair move. I think the chair may have moved. Oh no, the chair moving was a hint. I was like, I'm not sure if the chair moved because of like a graphical, like, oh, the doors had to open. I had to think about what a door is. It was like, do the door have to open? Compass, thank you very much. We don't have room for a thing on our inventory for another item, so, unless they, put an upgrade here for one of our existing items, which would be ridiculous. we can't get a new item. Well, we could never get. Well, I was gonna say we could never get a new item, but an upgrade to an existing item is a new item. In fact, I did learn that the magical boomerang, you can acquire the magical boomerang without ever getting the normal boomerang. Something that I was wondering about. I almost said worrying about. Was not really worried about it, but I was wondering about it. If you could do it, you can get the magical boomerang with never acquiring normal boomerang. Either that, or I was not paying attention to that speed run, which is also very possible, because sometimes you just zone out during a GDQ run. It happened. And this is the end of the line. Just want to check, make sure there's no bombable areas. Oh, hey, Spark. Look at... Oh, that's a floor. Now we're in a fucking dungeon. I love dungeons so much. So much that, if you've seen my previous Legend of Zelda, LPs, previously for dungeons, I would have custom backgrounds for the dungeons that reflected the dungeon's color, and I'd put the map on screen because I just, like I've said, I love maps. I love dungeon maps. They drive me wild. And the reason I stopped doing things like that isn't because I'm super lazy or anything now. It's just because things like I am also super lazy now. I do put work into editing, regardless of whatever my haters are saying. The backgrounds though, I stopped doing stuff like that, not because it was too much work or whatever, but because honestly, things like that kind of seem what's the fancy word? Gauche, passe. I'm not even gonna hey that one because I don't know, but you know the words I'm trying to say, where it's I don't really need to do shit like that. If we want to see the map, we can put it on screen, and putting that kind of information on screen, while fun and helpful, sometimes it just clutters the screen, and over time I've I'm pretty sure I've complained about this in a video about minimalism kind of being obnoxious, but also minimalism can be nice, where you have a nice clean screen at times, and I've just kind of come to prefer that over time. Also makes it nice in a way that I can kind of create backgrounds that are homogeneous in a way that isn't it's homogeneous in a fancy business boy bullshit, you can use all websites because there's only 2 of them now, but in a way that it's I make all of my things the same way, and I kind of just fine tune it for each. Oh, thank you so much. Fine tune it for each series as needed. For example, I have made graphics for the background and custom logos for the Oracle games, if I were to ever let's play them, because there are games I would be interested in let's playing one day. I'm not sure if it'll ever happen, but it'd be neat. You can't shoot past the blocks, so I'm just gonna go ahead and push all these blocks, even though I assume you can't. Just just to check. It's always good to check. I've already made all those graphics, and the background for that is very similar to the background I have for this one. That one's a little bit more complex, and by a little bit more complex, there's a gradient that I use in it, and that's about the how much more complex it gets. Although I spent a whole lot of time on these custom logos, I'm very proud of them. And honestly, there's been times where I was I don't need to let's play those games. Sure, I would never ever recommend anyone watch my old let's plays of those, but I've done them, and damn it, that's how it's gonna have to be. But also I made these custom logos that I spent a lot of time on. It's I should probably just let's play those games again at some point, just because I've spent this time on those logos, and I deeply love those games, and would not mind let's playing them. But we're here in Dark Hyrule Castle, and Dark Hyrule Castle, it's not super duper dungeony. Oh yeah, I forgot that y'all are assholes who want to stop you want to stop my stride. Oh Lord, gotta keep on moving. I reference that song a lot, and I can never remember how it goes or the exact words. Also, we know that we can get you with one of these bad boys. If it makes it past your thing, whatever, we'll just sword you. We could also do our down thrust, which we learned how to do. If I don't keep forgetting that we can do it. Is this our first warp in the dungeon? I don't remember a blue warp. Yeah, we didn't get a blue warp. We didn't get a blue warp, but we have a red warp. I wonder if that means I missed something, or if just, you know, this dungeon isn't particularly long enough to justify having both. And man, that's fine. We don't need to be let in. We'll just come this way. There's bombs. We're not worried about bomb. We're not worried. Who needs bomb? We got bomb remote. You know? I also don't think y'all could help me in any particularly given way, because like if I were to hit you, like sure you could blow up those blocks for me, but I got bombs, and also it's not like you could make it up to this layer up here. How long do I have to go and hit the other one? Oh, plenty of damn time, unless the oh wait, that's not my rockscape anymore. Yeah, unless those like buttons unselect themselves, which is definitely the way you want to say like deactivate, unselect. You know, that wasn't going to be... Oh, there's so many tasty treats for us in this room. Yummy, yummy. Go be free. I was going to say go to hell, but you know what? Actually, you're being free. Aside from those of you who are giving me a little smoochy smooch and being absorbed into my body for nutrients, because I was a little low on health. And where are we in this dungeon? I think we're on that big scary floor that made me like fist pumping, like yes, video games. A black Dark Knight. We've been Dark Knight, Dark Nut. We've seen a silver. We've seen red, and now it's time for a black one. I think there's spoilers. I think there's also another flavor. Oh, I just ate that damage instead of walking away. I think there's another flavor of black Dark Nut. So I think this is just like black Dark Nut with gold trim. I'm pretty sure there's another one. Either that or the official art for video game has lied to me. And oh yeah, we can't do that with the big jump. Let's try and do it. Yeah, drop stab, or down thrust, excuse me, that's what it's called, on this guy. Just because we have the action, and it's not particularly super useful for us. Like, we managed to get that one hit, which made me think for a moment that this was going to be, like, a useful thing for getting a hit on the Dark Knight, but it's not working. But we have our bomb strat, so we'll just walk away, we'll blow the guy up. Yeah, we just got to put some distance between the Dark Knight and us before we do the thing, but we... Ideally want it to blow... Oh, there's the blue one. Okay, so we have both warps now. Oh, and a couple other darkness are going to appear. I guess in the four corners. Oh, hey, there's a silver red one and a silver green, I guess. Silver, whatever you want to say. They put so many dark nuts in this game. It's interesting. Because it's like, dark nuts are like a, you know, difficult enemy of Zelda. I'm trying to think of the first time they show up, because like the first time I can ever think of dark nuts being a thing is in the Wind Waker, like, you know, big army boys, like people wearing armor. Jesus Christ, I need to learn how to speak in ways that aren't like super cutesy, because it keeps throwing people off. I'll try and say a thing, and then people are like, "Oh, look at this ooh-woo bullshit," and it's like, I'm sorry, I just got that ooh-woo bullshit in my soul, I guess. You know, that's just how it is. But the armor guys, you know, they put a lot of dark nuts in this game. I think the first time the dark nuts show up is in the Wind Waker. That could and probably is incorrect, because like when I think of dark nuts, I always relate them back to Armos. Maybe they were dark nuts in Zelda 1 and not Armos. Oh, actually, yeah, because Armos are different. No, I think Armos are the same enemies. It's just they move around, where they're like the powerful knight guys who are a pain in the ass to kill in Zelda 1. I could be incorrect about that, and they could have just been dark nuts all along. Hey. Oh, some guineas, which I'm gonna call them guinea. It's whatever. You know, it's probably supposed to be... Oh, I guess it cloned itself or something, because I killed one and they all died. I could just be super wrong about that, and they've always been dark nuts instead of Armos. But what I have always assumed were Armos and Zelda 1 are such bastards of enemies. Like, you know, you can only hurt them from certain angles. Bombs do make quick work of them. Actually, bombs are just good because you can, you know, you can kind of like place them behind them and they come after you. They're tough enemies. They always throw me for a loop whenever I play Zelda 1. Wow, I wonder if those are dark nuts now and they've just always been around. I mean, you got hate. You know, I need to stop wondering, because y'all know, and me, no matter the level of positing I make, it's not going to make a difference for this video anymore unless I pause I stopped pausing and I paused the gameplay to look it up. And we'll just go ahead and drop a bomb. That's close enough so we can stab you. I don't think I dropped a bomb that time. Come on. Come over here. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay. I mean, it's okay for me. I'm going to murder you. I mean, you're also trying to murder me. So there's like no hard feelings between us at all. I guess I could do I could do the attack roll to get in there a little bit quicker. Good use for the attack roll. Also, because we know we can do the attack at the beginning of the roll or at the end, as we were taught by the Roll Blade, which is probably his name. I did not take this to heart. It's just a cross, plus sign D-pad shape, and I was like, what shape do I need to make with this? Can we make this with a single one? How far away are these? Yeah, we can make this with a single one. They put 2 of them here. Not exactly sure why. I'm guessing that they put 2 here because the fire bar. There's probably you could do a different configuration to get through this, but maybe the fire bar will complicate this in some way. Oh no, because we can't get our. Oh no, we got our boys through no problem. I was like, oh no, we can't sneak them through, but we can sneak them through with a little bit of a collision. We can just wink at the game and go, no, you're not going to stop me. I'm going to do exactly what I want whenever I want. And I believe, oh, this is going upstairs. I was like, oh, is this a shortcut to downstairs? There is a downstairs that we can go through. Right there on the thing. But I was like, I think we saw a downstairs at some point that we couldn't get. Oh, just some Gibdos in the downstairs and a dark room. Just a dark room with a bunch of Gibdos. This is not what you want to see. But luckily, we can just sword spam the shit out of them and they can't do anything. And yeah, this is just a bad room filled with Gibdos. I'm not sure if maybe Gibdos drop something that's beneficial for you, so you would want to come down there. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, let's look at the first floor, because there's a room off in the top left and the top bottom opposite of top that we haven't been to, but we'll probably go to there as a part of thing. And yeah, we've seen the basement, so all we have is to make it to the roof. Yeah. Okay, obviously that's what's happening here. We're in a little area we're trying to get the 4 keys for our 4 sword. And I'm hungry. I just realized I'm hungry. That's a problem. Sound the alarm. We got to finish this Let's Play really quickly. We're trying to get the 4 keys so we can get the boss key, so we can get to Vaati, and Clappy Cheeks so we can save the realm, help out Princess Zelda. You know how it goes. Also, just something weird that I'm pretty sure is just a very strange. Sure, I'll take that. That is useful to me. I said that a little sarcastically, but those are useful to me. That less so, but thank you so much. Regardless, something weird. It's not related to this game at all. But I have said the words "clap Vaati's cheeks," so I'm going to talk about it now. Oh, actually, that's nice that they put a button here to reset the puzzle. I was going to say previous Zelda games, this happens a whole lot. But in the Oracles, whenever you do one of these and you fuck it up royally, you have to, leave the room to, reset the puzz. Which, that's just how video games are. But, putting a button here, lets you do it a little bit faster. Not that these are been too difficult. There's one in, Oracle of Ages that just, is very difficult. But, clapping the cheeks of an enemy, it's very funny because, me and my friend Nathan, we both started referring to in the video game Hades by Super Giant Games. Giant, yeah, okay. There's also Supermassive, and Supermassive I think are the people who make the shitty dark anthology games. Those games suck. But yeah, Supergiant. That is the name of it. The studio. Hades was Supergiant Games. I've enjoyed the Supergiant games for a while, but playing through Hades, both my friend Nathan and I arrived at calling defeating Hades in that game, calling it clapping Daddy's cheeks. We both arrived at that, which is probably just, we've spent some time together, so I forced all of my horrible manners of speaking on him as well. So sorry. I'm not actually all that sorry. But at some point on Twitter, I did see someone talk about clapping Daddy's cheeks in reference to Hades, and I was like, what? How did this happen? And then I had a very, very awkward discussion with one of my friends because I knew she was playing Hades as well, and I was like, "Hey, do you call beating Hades in the game clapping daddy's cheeks?" And I said it, and then there was a bit of an "oh geez," and I was like, you know what? This probably isn't the way that you're supposed to talk. You're not supposed to say things like this to other human beings. You're supposed to say it and you're let us play, and you force people to say it where you don't have to follow up with the consequences of your actions. This actually isn't where I'm supposed to go. I was just like, I should probably ride this to the way, but that is not the way at all. I keep no consequences for my Let's Plays, even though one day I still need to do it. I have not done it, but I've been meaning to do it for years. Need to go back and watch through my Let's Plays to make sure I don't say any rank horrible shit. Put some content warnings on them. I did it with a bunch of my parodies, which was harrowing. And probably that one was more soul crushing for different reasons. But watching through my Let's Plays, I've done a lot of videos, and boy, who let me make all these damn videos? And it's gonna take a lot of time to do that. It's just something I want to do. Oh, I see. Oh, there's two of you, because human beings, they typically come with two of those. So it's much like that. This room has two of the hands, like the wall masters are. I wanted to roll stab you, but that didn't work. I should just boomerang you. We have this cool boomerang. We should use it whenever we can. Sorry, firebar. It's so funny to me that they say firebars for the Dark Hyrule Castle like it's fucking Bowser Castle or some shit. Oh, we know. We haven't seen an eyeball like this in a minute. Like, I'm pretty sure last time we saw an eyeball like this was in the Fortress of Winds to shoot. Even though shooting an eyeball is so quintessentially Zelda, even though, like, you know, when was the first time you had to shoot an eyeball in a Legend of Zelda game? I mean, that's not good. Oh, there we go. That's how that's going to work. Shooting an eyeball in a Legend of Zelda game, like, the first time you ever do it is probably, oh no, I was going to say it's probably, Ocarina. I had to think about Ocarina of Time's name because I'm a hipster who, you know, I don't hate Ocarina or anything, but I know that Majora's Mask is a better video game, so, you know, it gets bumped down in my heart because it's like, well, Majora's better, and they're like, you know, very similar games, so it's just whatever. You know, Ocarina of Time, yeah, I would rather play Majora's Mask. But I was like, you probably shoot eyeballs for the first time in that video game, but you do eyeball shooting in Link to the Past. I had to think about that one too. Hey. Where are we? Do we have 4 keys? No, we only have 3 keys. What's happening? Because we can't do anything over here. We made our way up, but we had to push a button to get in here. So coming. Oh, that's what it is. We can go outside, so we can. Why can't we go outside? Actually, I was about to be like, oh, we can go outside so we can reset the blocks, so we can come upstairs. But you know, we have upstairs. You're not going to obscure upstairs from yourself. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening there with going outside. Maybe it's just some set dressing. So you can go outside, you can catch your breath and be like, damn, this is the final dungeon. The video game is almost over until we go into the very, very minuscule post-game that I don't entirely understand why it exists in this game. Also, putting all these sparks here is super, like, helpful because, like, you know, obviously I have a bunch of fairies in the Pico Light, which maybe I should use. But, you know, whatever. We're probably not going to need all of our hearts in the final boss. That'd be ridiculous. Because I'm so good at the video game. Who could ever need all of those hearts? Who could ever die to this boss fight, I say, tugging on my collar like I almost said a cartoon dog, but I was thinking of Rodney Dangerfield, which Rodney Dangerfield was a cartoon dog at one point. But that's not exactly where I wanted to go. But yeah, they put all those sparks there. Because if you know the trick, you know, those are fairies. Those are free fairies right before you get the big key that's going to take you to the big boss, who we're going to overthrow and become bigger boss. And then we're going to do bigger war crimes and bigger misunderstand what our forebear wanted. Ha ha ha. You are persistent, aren't you? So you've come to stop my little ceremony. Well, you're too late. A mere 3 more chimes of the bell will bring the ceremony to its end, and with the 3rd toll of the bell, I will become like a god. And your precious Princess Zelda will be nothing more than cold, dead stone. Hey, that sounds really bad. Yeah, it does sound bad, bro. There's no time. Quickly lock the 2nd to the roof. Okay, and I'll... Hey, buddy. I gotta get to the roof quickly, but I will take your 100 rupees, even though I probably won't have to grind for rupees that much. Did you hear that, Lock the 2nd? Hurry! There's only 2 chimes left! Oh, are we gonna have to fight a bunch of enemies? I don't remember this part of the video game at all. Dark Hyrule Castle. Oh, there's a bunch of enemies here. I probably should have just squatted up. I'm not sure if this is an actual time limit, or if you, we'll go into the next room and the next bell will chime, but we probably should have just squatted up immediately. And then all those Keatons we could have just sword blasted out of our way, and it would have been no problem. Yeah, another bell tolled as soon as we walked in here. So I'm not sure if this is a real time limit or not. Maybe there's an internal time limit to each of these rooms, aside from the bell tolling. Another bell has tolled. Just one more chime, and all of our work will have been for naught. And our final thing is some more darknuts. And seeing as we never saw the other darknut, there's official art of Lonk, our beautiful child, fighting a darknut with... It's like black armor with purple trim. So I was expecting there to be one of those, but it looks like in-game it has the gold trim. And I am getting pushed around right now. So I think there is a time limit here that we have to abide by. But unfortunately, the darknuts are being a little bit mean with us. We will be fighting them a little bit quicker than I normally could using the bombs. And the bombs do seem to be hurting them. They were flashing. No, the black one flashed once, but it doesn't flash every time. So maybe we just bombed them again before they entered or exited their. It's a bad spot for the bomb. Oh yeah, you can pick up your bombs. Who would have guessed in video game you could pick up your bomb and reposition it? Damn, video games sure are cool, aren't they? Oh, and we got rid of the black one, and we only have the ads left. So hey, buddy. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your gift to me. Excuse me. Oh, no, the bomb ended up being in a good spot after all. That was a shame. And we seem to have made it out just fine. I could go break those pots for health, but, we'll just continue onwards, and just in case there's a time limit there. Just a few more moments and the ceremony would have been complete. You really are obsessed with stopping me, aren't you? Ah, very well. I have not yet drained all of the light force housed in Princess Zelda, but what I have should suffice. I shall be transformed, unstoppable, but let me first attend to the pesky worms who would trifle with me. And then he just dropped us in hole. But it's not just any normal hole. It's back to the Darknut room. Yep, we gotta fight 3 more Darknuts. Now, Vaati is getting serious. It's time to fight Vaati. I will have no more of you interfering with my plans. Let me show you true power. And now Vaati's going to transform into a big, scary mage who is probably hot. One could assume that this form of Vaati is hot. And I'm going to pull out my bow because I see an eye. And also I see these eyes floating around the Vaati. And there's an eye enemy. Oh, yeah. Let's just go ahead and shoot some more arrow. No? Maybe I should hit Vaati with bow. Or with sword. Opposite of bow. It's not an opposite. They're not opposites. Oh, I'm on fire. I would like to hit... Oh, yeah. I can hit Vaati with sword. It's not bow. I saw eye, and I was like, yeah, if there's an eye, it's an arrow. That's how it always goes. But no, we can hit Vaati with sword, so we'll go ahead and hit... Oh, shit, I should have brought some charms to this fight. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, hell yeah, it's time for the final boss. Let's do it. But I forgot all about the charms. Sorry, oracles, but we're just going to do this with our own powers, with the power of green. Oh, those are scary. Those aren't eyeballs that I can hit and destroy. There's an enemy who... eyes float around them in original Zelda, and they show up in, I think, an Oracle of Ages as well. And you have to destroy them with the switch hook. Switch hook, I think that's the name of the weapon in that game. And they're not doing anything. we don't have to have the light arrow, so I doubt we got a light arrow the dark balls. We probably have to do something else with these things. Maybe it's time for the gust jar. Maybe the gust jar can suck these things up. Yeah, gust. Okay, so yeah, they are just the eyes. The eyes have like dark energy coating them. Oh, for a second I was like, does he not want to come? Oh shit! I thought the gust jar was sucking up the fire for a moment. I was like, oh shit! The eyes can do the eye laser as well, which makes sense because I literally just said eye laser. But I was expecting the I don't know what I was expecting, but luckily I used my brain and figured out eventually that the dark energy shrouding the balls could be gusted away. Hey, I saw that. Oh nope. Oh. And we go down. Luckily we do. Fairies only give you 4 hearts. Oh no, we're gonna get our ass beat because this is a final boss. Spoilers. Final bosses have forms. What if I have never had this many hearts in this video game, and I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh no! Like I've made some horrible decisions, as you've seen, and ran into things. But damn, we may game over to Vaati. Because, you know, like I said, it's the final boss. Obviously, there's a form, too. Well, you seem to have some fight in you. I commend your bravery, but you will not survive this. Grr. I am filled with a power that you cannot begin to understand. Do you think that puny sword will save you from me? And now Vaati has decided to stop being haughty and become Vaati, the form that Vaati takes in the 4 swords, where they're a big scary eyeball. Can we? We cannot sword those. Okay. Can I gustar those? Cannot gustar those. Can I sword those? We can sword those, and we get arrow. So one could assume that it's arrow time. Do we get more health if we pop a fairy? No, we don't. We don't get any more health if we pop a fairy. So we may as well just pop all these fairies while we have a moment. Swap over to our bow. And figure out what we're going to be doing here. Do we just shoot? Oh, yeah, if we shoot a bow, the little, like, balls that, like, our eyes, like, turn into things. And as we can see, it's forming a pattern with eyes. And one can see the 4 sword, like, fusion spot being at the bottom of screen. So perhaps we should do something with that. There's got to be a way to get rid of these spiky balls. I'm not sure. How do we? Oh, we can just hit him with our sword. Okay, I was like so focused on like the fact that we're about to get our ass kicked. Boy, I was like, haha, we're gonna clap him just like Daddy in video game that I like. But no, I think I'm about to be clapped. We don't have a whole lot of health, and we can't arrow when we do this. And does sorting does not do it. We do need to do arrow. Luckily, if we need pickups, we know where we can get pickups now. We do have. Oh, you give us hearts. Vaati, you are a kind god. You said you were going to become like a god. I didn't know you were going to become loving like one. Can I? No, I cannot. You know, you see a big sparky magic ball and you think it's tennis time, baby. Even if the gameplay up to that point hasn't led you to believe that it's going to be tennis time. But you play enough Zelda and video games writ large, and you're going to be like, it's tennis time all the time, baby. It's always tennis time. I'm scared of those falling boulders, because if they hit me, it's gonna hurt. You know, it's fine. It's the last episode. I'm allowed to do it. It's the last episode, and thanks to my great skills on the D-pad, we were able to avoid getting rocked there. Well, not rocked, because rocks are different things. We were able to not get shocked, which luckily rhymes with rock, which makes it feel like I'm doing a good job with commentary in my brain. Because really, at the end of the day, the ultimate Let's Play would just be like someone who wrote like a bunch of, oh shit, like I started that off not knowing where that was going to go, but a Let's Play of someone who like wrote a bunch of poems about like the game and like what they're doing in the game would actually be really, really good. Like I started that off like as just like, you know, yes, anding my own brain, but like that would kick ass. I would love to see poetry Let's Play. That would be really good. And luckily Vaati has been giving us pickups, so we've just been full up on arrows. So like, because obviously, you know, you can play this game without ever getting an increase to any of your items. So like, you know, the game doesn't expect you to have 99 arrows or anything, so the game could never like require you to have that many. You know, we've just been getting pickup after pickup, so it's been a non-issue, especially since like I saw that we could get a little heart out of one of these. And I'm not sure if the hearts are limited, like if, you know, after you get 5 hearts, the game is like, yeah, you can never get a heart again, or if the heart is just a rare drop on one of these spiky boys. I couldn't say. Why aren't you going away? I couldn't say what the heart formula on these are and what it looks like, and we got some electric balls, so we'll just run away. The electric balls aren't too bad. It's not like they're homing or anything. He's just firing off a magic shot. You know, you could learn a thing or two from Gruntilda, and I actually couldn't see this last magic eyeball closed thing on. Hey, go away. I couldn't see the spike because my microphone was in the way. Oh, microphone, why would you do this to me? Got this big what do you call it, pop filter. It just completely obscured that part of the screen for me. I'm trying to sit up, like, so ever since so long ago, episode 10, I think it was episode 10 of this Let's Play, when I had my huge knee pain, I've been trying to like record in a more comfortable position so my knees don't start hurting, because if I sit for too long, my knees will start to hurt. Just because of arthritis and stuff. And I do need to get up and stand from time to time. And it's probably just that I'm recording for too long. Well, that's not the only reason, but recording for too long, just not a good idea in general. Oh, shit. Vaati hit one of my clones with the, with a scary spike of darkness or whatever these are. I was trying to make a point. Yeah, the point is that I have gone from my very comfortable sitting position, which is very funny because I have my legs up on my my weight bench, so I can just be a little bit more comfortable while I record. But now I'm also trying to like sit up so I can. Damn it! I was trying to get in that hit before my clones went away, which probably wasn't worth taking a shot. Not worth eating those shots either. Jeez. Now I'm trying to see over my microphone and sitting up, and it's made this position very awkward. But it's fine because we're fighting the final boss. We're feeling along the second's pain as we go along with this, and we'll just go ahead and just knock you out of that. So farewell. You can stop your second form nonsense. What? What is this madness? I have the power of a god. I have unstoppable might. How could I lose to a child? A child wearing a very good and talkative friendly hat. Also, we have, like, you know, a cool, like, bow of light that can one-shot enemies, which I'd never tried during the boss fight, but I doubt that you can one-shot a boss. You did it! Impressive! Now, quickly, we must break the curse on Zelda. Oh, this is auto, because we finished the game. Oh, no, we haven't. I still have to walk up to Zelda. It's not going to auto-walk me all the way there. I do have to hold up on the D-pad, even though we finished the video game. So, Lunk the Second, now that you have the power of the Force Sword, you must return Princess Zelda to normal. And we know exactly how. Get back to normal. You can get off that scary altar, because we don't want you to get altered. Even though you were altered into rock. Lunk the Second, thank you so much for saving me. When I was turned to stone, I saw visions of you, as if in a dream. Ah, you like the Let's Play too. It looks like the curse has been broken. I'm glad we made it in time. Hey, but this castle was created by the dark magics of Vaati, and now that Vaati's dead, what's going to hold it together? No! The castle's collapsing! It's too dangerous here! Quickly, we must escape from the castle! And let's get out of the castle. And just like that, we've made it to the end of the castle, no problem. The door is blocked. We have no choice. Head back to the sanctuary. And now we've hit the point of the game where Princess Zelda follows us, which is a fun thing whenever it happens in Zelda games, when it's like, uh-oh, things are getting real. Princess Zelda's following you. Can we talk? No, I have no means of talking to you, because things are real. We have no words to share. Oh shit, I was about to say we barely know each other, but I forgot they're childhood friends. So they probably have a lot to say together. She was like, shit, bro, I saw the Let's Play. You spent so much time buying those figurines instead of doing what you should have been doing. Yeah, he's not dead. I lied. I'm sorry. You will not escape, boy. Now you will see the true power of the Light Force, for I have become Vaati, the master of this world. Now here it is, time for the final phase of the boss fight. We only have 4.5 hearts, and I'm pretty sure if I die, we have to do it all over again. Is this the same? No, it's not. Good use of heart. And there doesn't seem to be things happening here. Oh shit, you warp your arms around? That's cool as hell. Dude, you are the master of this world. Oh no, I need to dodge that. Let's go ahead and break out our thing. Boy, I'm going to have to replay this, aren't I? Oh, is it tennis time? I think it's tennis time. Not tennis time with electric balls. Cannot play tennis with electricity. I have learned this from video game. Boy, howdy. I remember this boss fight being difficult, and I'm pretty sure that I just massively screwed up on that first form with just constantly running into Vaati's attacks. But I didn't expect it. Oh, that's tennis time. Not tennis time? I came over here to use up our yellow Picolite so we could just fill up on all fairies, but there was this room that we opened up with a bunch of rupees, and I went into full reaction mode just in case one of those was a rupee. Yeah, there was just some rupees in there, which is nice. Nothing like we're about to do right now, but you know. Oh yeah, I forgot that we don't have to charge. I keep seeing the bar and thinking, oh, we got to fill up the bar to get all of the things, but you know, you don't got to do that. You just gotta keep on going. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I was trying to say is, you know, you don't have to fill up the bar to do the great spin attack. I didn't use the great spin attack against a single one of those bastards, the darknuts. Now that I think about it, I don't think it'll be a very useful technique to bust out against Vaati. Maybe against eyeball form, it could be helpful. Not super sure on that. Also, I'm just gonna come here for fairies. I was desperately thinking damn, we're in this video game where there are fairies. Also, fairies only healing 4 hearts. It actually, you know what I'm gonna do? No, I'm not gonna do it. I was like, I'll go get red potions, because red potions will give us more HP, but then we'll have to pay for them. I don't want to pay for shit. We're just gonna use our fairies. Look how many hearts we have. I've always used fairies in the Zelda games. Who would use something despicable as a potion that's more effective and heals more health? Whenever fairies, our little friends, will give us a little smooch, and then they'll be on their way, and they'll help us out and not be destroyed. Potion, if we drink potion goes away, and we can't have long drinking all that potion right before a big boss fight. If I get my ass kicked again, I will go buy potions. But the fact that I got my ass kicked once, that was a fluke. It will never ever happen again. We're gonna get to the next form without taking any damage as I roll into an Octorok and am in need of HP. So I did never think to use this move. So I figured we could at least see how well this move works against the darknuts, and their shield does seem to be a little bit of an issue for our great spin attack. I imagine if we hit them at just the right angle that perhaps we could... Yeah, see, we got some hits on them just because they just happen to have their defense down, but it's not like the great spin attack is some great, oh, haha. Now we've gotten one better on the darknuts. The darknuts are Master Knights, and Master Knight, we are not. We're just Lonk the second. Shout out to Splitblade. Out of all of our teachers, I think Splitblade taught us a technique that came the most useful in the boss fight. Sorry, Swiftblade. Swiftblade's a homie, and we love Swiftblade, but I don't know, Splitblade really came through for us when the time called for it. And I'm still not sure what we should be doing with this boss fight. Shooting arrows isn't doing anything at the mo. I feel, in my heart of hearts, I feel that it's tennis time. But it does not seem to be tennis time. Either that or I just keep whiffing it. Those shots are very fast. We can't bounce back the lightning bolts because they are lightning. We have the clone tiles here, which is probably what the video game wants us to do. Probably wants us to clone ourselves and go and wallop on the things. And I made it here with taking very minimal damage, but now Vaati's like, no, we're done here. Okay, yeah, this isn't doing anything. Okay, so we're about to get fucking hit. No, I thought I could jump out of that if I was careful. Okay, so let's play Vaati's game for a bit. I'm guessing it's tennis time. It has to be tennis time. That's not a tennis. Throw a tennis ball at me. I'm ready for the tennis ball. That hand is a real pain, Lonk the Second. Perhaps one of those gizmos you carry around can do something to it. Thank you. I'm trying. Oh, what if we... It's probably Kanapaki. Like, you Kanapaki it out, and then his arm flips off, and then it's not on his body anymore. But we'll try the Gust Jar first, because Gust Jar was our first one. I also tend to not think about the Gust Jar not doing anything. Also, Gust Jar did something in the last boss fight. So get out of here. Yeah, okay, so okay, we can pop the arms off, and then... as we can see, nope. That was a cool technique that I did just to cancel damage, and certainly not a mistake because I was trying to roll to get the hell out of there because I want to get an arm. Now once we're in the arm, we can see the little like Vaati cell things. They're very, very creepy looking. Just cells with eyes. Also the body being like made out of like clouds or whatever. Oh, they're fake ones. That's what's happening here. I was like, it's not dying, and I was like, there's no way it has that much health. But as we could see, there was like a fake one happening, in which I guess the others weren't real, and they were there to distract us. And they did a great job. I was certainly distracted. And I can't believe I lost that much health remembering how to fight this boss. We even needed Eslo's help to be like, hey, idiot, use your items. Which, honestly, I could probably use a hey, idiot, use your items more often. More often than not, as much as I want to be like, if you're going to tell me what to do, I'm a smart boy who doesn't need it. Clearly, I did need a push in the correct direction of, hey, use your item. Hey, stop hitting me. You're not even real. You're not allowed to hit me unless you're real. Once you're real, you can hit me. I won't like it, but then you're allowed to do it at the very least. Okay, Vaati, now you don't got your arms, but you got your scary little bat wings. What happens when we hit one of these things? I'm guessing it's clone time. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were going to do like a laser that like sweep the screen, because if you did that, can I shoot arrows? No, we cannot shoot arrows when we're cloned. That's also not the answer. And the answer can't be the light arrows, because the light arrows are missable in the video game. We've learned we can't tennis those back. Okay, so what is happening here? It's probably still gizmo time. What other gizmos could we do? Cannot suck on the eye. Sucking on the eye. Oh, maybe those shot. That's the answer. I figured it out. I know the answer. And I probably shouldn't just wait with the charge, because it's probably not a great idea. Can I swap items while we're here? Let's go ahead and swap that on pause. I was able to do that while holding down the B button, which is nice. That holding down the B button didn't like cause any issues. We're going to wait for those eyes. Those eyes should be ready to... Nope, you're not ready to shoot. Oh, they were. Yeah, see, we can tennis those back, but they're going to pop back. So it is, in fact, 4 swords time. Or 4 sword. 4 swords? I mean, I guess... Oh, shit, that was probably too early. What happens if... Okay, if any of our clones get hurt, we all get hurt. That's good to know. I thought, like, the clones would just disappear, so we should definitely just wait for the eyes to be doing their thing, which is a little difficult, because Vaati is also just a very large eye. But you know the eyes I'm talking about. I'm talking about those little bastards. No, that was too soon. Vaati has come up with the perfect strategy, in which Vaati's still using an attack, which we can bounce back to hurt Vaati, which you wouldn't think would be part of a perfect strategy. But by covering Vaati's like weakness by shooting those electric balls out basically every single time they want to do an attack, what am I going to do? There's nothing really I can do other than like just hope that Vaati doesn't like hit me. Oh, but Vaati was a fool. Where was your lightning? Oh, Vaati was not a fool. Vaati did do the attack. I was saying, like, Vaati was covering the weaknesses by shooting out those lightning balls. Let's get close Oh, no, this isn't going to... Oh, that did, in fact, work. I was like, our angle's bad. But no, the angle was fine in the end. I don't know how much our clones slashing end up helping us, but it feels so damn good to have just 4 of y'all going to town on the boss. It just feels really nice. Let's just go ahead and walk away from that one. Will you do a little eyeball beam for me? Thank you very much. Oh, that didn't work, and I'm not sure why. I was probably too close for that one to work. But I feel like it's probably only like taking the damage from like 1 sword or whatever. I think I'm just shooting the blast back in between the eyes, which is interesting that they have their hitboxes in such a way that could happen. Either that or I am too close. And yeah, I'm probably just too close, and the blast isn't like reflecting back properly. Oh shit, I couldn't walk away fast enough because I was in the middle of that charge. I should have just let it go, but I didn't. Well, something about hitboxes. Vaati's an eye. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's like a damage cap, like, oh, you can only do this amount of damage per thing, so your clones aren't helping, or if the clones are helping and Vaati just has like a shit ton of hit points to like account for it. Yeah, you're probably going to be wailing on Vaati with like 4 swords at once. Oh, I let go of the thing and then I still got hit with my main body. We still do have all of our fairies, which is nice. It's also interesting to know that fairies don't heal you for that much. It's only 4 hearts. We would be better if we were like really hurting. We would, we know that the answer is if we want the max amount of health for this video game, we would bring in the red potion instead of fairies now. Because I assume fairies were going to do 8 hearts, which, shit, I don't know why I thought I could dodge that. The red potion probably does more than 8 hearts of health. Blue potion's probably 8 if I had to guess. But fairies tend to be like 8 hearts in these games. So that's what I was expecting. I cannot get the angle off on this right. Baseball has come back to bite me in the ass. I made fun of Legend of Zelda Baseball, but Legend of Zelda Baseball has come back in full force. Maybe I should just time this instead of swing. And maybe instead of just swinging wildly, I should time it. Is that it? Vaati, you dead? Fool! But the light force! My power! I had such power! I think Vaati's dead. I think Vaati might be dead. Okay, well, we did it. I got my ass handed to me, but we did much better this time. We did come in with full health. I didn't have to use any of the fairies in the end. So, we can, if the video game allows us to continue playing, I'm going to kiss all of those fairies. Locke the Second, thank goodness you're safe. You defeated Vaati. You were so brave. But we've lost so much. The castle, all those people, and I thought of the castle first because I lived here, and then I remembered the people. It's just gonna float over. Just cash. Oh shit, you're not Minish anymore. What's this? The curse. Defeating Vaati seems to have broken the curse he cast upon me. And now I'm tall man size instead of Minish size. Allow me to introduce myself to you, Princess Zelda. My name is Eslo, master of Minish lore and sorcery. The Mage's Cap was my creation, but its limitless power has caused nothing but trouble for your kind. Which makes you wonder why Vaati wanted the Light Force when he had limitless... Is there any way you can forgive me? I know many have fallen, and much of the castle has been destroyed, but it is too soon to give in to despair. The curse cast on me is broken, and Zelda still possesses some of the Light Force. Perhaps, together, we can do something to make things right. Yeah, put the hat on the girl. It's the girl's hat now. If one with a just heart wears this cap, things can be made right again. Princess Zelda, let your wishes be made real. And now, we're going to use some sorcerer magic, some light force magic, which who knows what a big magic triangle could do. But a big magic triangle and a big magic hat, turns out it can fix a castle. And also the people. But the castle first. Zelda said the castle first. That's the one she was concerned more with. So that one's getting restored. The people are coming secondary, see? I mean, I guess you wouldn't want to restore the people into Dark Hyrule Castle where they may, wander into a fire bar and get got. And all the monsters that were released from the bound chest when the original Picori Blade was broken by Vaati, they're going away, which is nice for the epilogue. But since this game has a post-game quote unquote, you know, those monsters may come back. That was a weird hey. That feels like that was a hey that they voice modulated. Either that or maybe the Game Boy compression didn't work that great on the Zelda voice. I'm not sure. Look, the castle. All the people who had been turned to stone, they're all back to normal. Including the castle, which I care first and foremost about. The hat is falling apart. It's overflowing with the power of life. The hat has the power to turn the thoughts of its wearer into reality, which once again makes you wonder why Vaati was even concerned about the light force. Vaati's heart was filled with evil, and that was reflected in what he became. But it seems that Zelda's pure heart, coupled with the hat's power, has created a miracle. The elemental sanctuary seems to be disappearing. It looks like the time has come for us to part. The Minish door opens but once every century, and soon it must close. I must leave you both now and return to my homeland. I know I've caused you much suffering, but the evil one's power has withered. The power of Princess Zelda herself has restored the light to Hyrule, the light force. Well, Locke II, my journey with you has been exciting to say the least. Remember when we rode that tornado up and I thought we were going to die? That was sick, actually. I realized it. In fact, I'm more than just a little sad that we must part ways now. I wish I could be your hat forever. Please, accept this. The Legend of Zelda, Link's famous hat. Also, I love that Eslo has a little bird staff, and that's why he became the bird goose hat in the beginning. Heh. Oh, wait. It went by without me pressing A.
It's Rainbow Road. It's where you go when you die.
Oh, you know what? I probably accidentally squeezed L. Heh, that hat looks great, but not as good as my fine ass riding on your head. That's probably what he said. It suits you, little hero. Take care. And Eslo just minishes himself. Doesn't need a portal in true form. Hat form needed a portal. Farewell, my friend. I mean, there's no character like names on here, so we don't know who's saying this. So this could be Locke II saying farewell, my friend. But it's not. We know Locke II. So as we heard, you know, the portal to the Minish world only opens up every 100 years, every century. So Minish chill. We could probably go see them if we had the ability to Minish eyes ourselves. But we don't, so it's gone. And that's the end of The Legend of Zelda, The Minish Cap. And here we get treated by some official art that was downscaled into a sprite, which is very nice to see the official art for the game. So that was The Legend of Zelda, The Minish Cap. I like this game a whole lot. So, you know, this is a Legend of Zelda game. I enjoy it a whole lot. The dungeons in this game, you know, there's better dungeons in the series. Thank you, Twiggy. I appreciate you for your object design. And also Eric Chop. There's some better dungeons in other Legend of Zelda games, but this Zelda game, it's so good. You know, the music was more enjoyable than I would have expected it to be, just because, you know, I tended not to listen to portable games and music, just because I would be like, no, I can't turn the thing up or else people will hear, because I don't like loud noises and I don't like when people can hear me, which is strange why I make Let's Plays then. But music was good. The art, it's incredible. You know, it's a Zelda story. It's not much to say. I love the Minish. They're so cute. I enjoy them a lot. They're a great Zelda race who I guess will never be revisited. They considered it for Breath of the Wild, but then didn't do it. But look at that motherfucker. Look how cute he is. And like his little like feather tail. Love the Minish. Very good. You know, they're just cute little elves. Thank you, Koji Kondo, for advising on the sound. But it's such a good, comfy game. Just a very, like, good, I'm going to settle in with this, like, very pretty game and have some fun. Like, it's a very solid, good Zelda. I rank it really high on my, like, favorite Zelda list. Because it's so good. And this game, like, means a whole lot to me. And I played it a bunch of times when it first came out. And then I eventually, you know, emulated it. And it was the first game I ever emulated it. And, you know, it's probably a big reason why I'm here today. And look how broody and sad Vaati is. Vaati just wanted to do some evil and some war crimes. You gonna say no to a pouty boy like that? I think not. Nozatake, or Noztake, who could say? But yeah, this game's it's good. I enjoy it a lot. Oh, Keiji Inafune. Yeah, because Capcom. I guess Keiji Inafune probably produced from the Capcom side. And there we go. We get the official art I was looking for. I love this one. This official art of Locke II and Ezlo fighting the big green choo-choo. And Ezlo's like, hey, you big motherfucker, come down here and fight me. Thank you, Satoru Iwata. We miss you so much. Iwata was great. But I love this piece of art of fighting the big green choo-choo. It's great. I love it a lot. There's a lot of cool official art in this game. Thus did Locke II's quest come to an end. But surely this is not the end of Zelda and Locke II's adventures in Hyrule. The legend will continue. And the Legend of Zelda, the Minish kept as long as the power of the light force echoes throughout the ages. We may do some rebranding on the Light Force, though. That's the end. That's the real very end of the game, aside from the post-game that we're now going to do. This is the Swordsman Newsletter number 8. The way to the sacred blade. Have you ever wished you could unleash your spin attack a little faster, or perhaps split faster, or maybe you wanted a longer, great spin attack? It's only natural to want these things. Every warrior wants to be his best. So now, for some good news. I haven't confirmed it, but there may be a way. All of these things could be yours if you only figure out how to do it. Thank you, Master. Teach us, teacher. The one-eyed statue Igor. You have to shoot him with an arrow to make him move, but if you beat him, he almost always drops spare arrows for you. So you don't have to worry about running out of arrows once you've beaten him. Just fire away. Swiftblade's gossip column. Armos, the fabled creations of the Minish. I hear they drop kinstone pieces when you beat them. Or so it seems, but it's just a rumor. Swiftblade signing off. That's all the news for you. If you get lonely, just come over and spar for a while. And thanks for reading. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And now, let me sign off one final time with that oh so familiar farewell. Until next time, warriors! You now have the full collection of the Swordsman Newsletter. Well, I guess you know all kinds of stuff now. Huh, Professor? I let it slip a little bit ago. But I don't understand entirely why there's a post. Sure, we'll save. Why not? Even though it's gonna take a minute to save. Even on emulator, I don't know why it takes so long to save. I guess it's because it's emulating the Game Boy's power? I'm not sure. Who could say? Someone else could say. I can't. But there is a very slight post game to this game. Oh, and which, oh look, you can see the light force on the screen to show this cleared file. And we know he won't stop until he's drained Zelda. You know, this doesn't drop you off and like post saved Hyrule, so it's not like now that you've saved the day, it's time to go on out there and see what's changing the world. Like, you know, there's still monsters. Since it sets the world into like a one state, it's not like, see, that would have been really nice to like walk around, like you could go visit the castle again and like see the king, be like, shit, this monarchy stuff's not working out great. We should not do this. This is not good. You know, stuff like, hey, why y'all gone? No, the fruits and veggies just free now? I mean, I like that. That's good that the fruits and veggies are free now. Perhaps they went home at some point because they're supposed to be like people hiding in their homes because of scary monsters, because it's the end of the game and they had to ratchet up the stakes. So like all the children who'd like play in the streets, you know, are now at home. Maybe that's the idea, that everyone who could be home is home. So we're now seeing the essential workers of Hyrule, the Goron merchant selling kinstones. You know, that's essential. Buying your Pico Light, essential. You know, obviously people are hiding inside because they're afraid of monsters and not the monster of communicable virus or anything like that. But you know, they got to do what they got to do. They got to hide from all these like bastard soldiers wandering around who put them under martial law. So honestly, maybe when they're like the monsters are out, they're really talking about the soldiers, but they weren't allowed to use the word bastard because this is a game for very small baby children. I mean, just look at it. It's a game for small baby children. But Vaati, you know, you saw me get my ass whipped by Vaati. To be fair, like I lost most of my health because I was just not being careful during that first form. So, that was mostly my fault. And actually, we are very, very close. I thought we were going to have to go grind up a ton of roops and stuff. But really, in the end, it's just going to work out. We're probably going to spend more time finding all of the kinstone fusions, if anything, really. So before we're going to, like, warp away to a place of wonder and majesty. And I know we didn't pick up all of the goodies from all of the kinstone fusions, and I probably won't bother, since, like, everything at this point is just going to be ancillary. Like, it'll be like, here's some money, here's some mysterious seashells. So I'm not too worried about, like, finding stuff like that. But there's still goodies we could go and find out in the world. Just a wee bit more, Mr. Fairy. That's right. You have 8 to go. Just a wee tiny bit, and you'll have fused every last kinstone there is. Okay, so we got 8 left. All right. So we have 8 kinstones. We need like 9 more secret seashells. I think it was it 850, or did we have, how many do we have? Because we need 600. This isn't where I wanted to go at all. How many do we have? Yeah, it was 591. I wasn't sure. The number got mixed up in my head. Yeah, if we get 9 more, then we'll be good. I want to go to Vale Falls, actually, because this is actually the part of the post game that confuses me the most. Actually, where the hell are we supposed to go on this mountain? We need to go up. Going up on Vale Falls. It's the clear-cut answer that we need to do, and we are still hurt from a boss fight. I guess we could. Oh yeah, I said if we continue to play video game, we would smooch all of our fairies, and we are continuing to play the video game. We're not really going to need all of these bottles, so let's smooch all of our fairies. I probably should have put all of them on the D-pad, but I didn't think about that. Okay, there we go. Oh, you don't want to come out? I guess they don't want to come out. Okay, no problem. Bye, friend. Our friend, the big chestnut that's in the background, and certainly wasn't spoiled for us in episode of past. Okay, so we have 8 kinstone fusions in the world to find. I guess I'll run around and just talk to people once again to see who wants to fuse some kinstones. I found our first of 8 kinstone fusions, one of the Gorons. You want to fuse kinstones? Okay, that sounds good. And actually, we only have 8 left. Do we have... Okay, so if every single fusion we wanted was this one, we'd be out of luck. And if every single fusion we wanted we'd be out of luck on that one. But, we're moving down. We only got 7 left now with Goron. Strange that Goron doesn't have a name, but Goron is just Goron, I guess. If you just want to be Goron, you can just be Goron. And with that... Yawn. What a nap. He here. There he is. He. They fit perfectly, so that's good. Yes. The chestnut wasn't a chestnut all along. You fell for my devious ruse. Secretly, it was Big Goron, which you were spoiled for by the figurine. Alas! But yes, there's Big Goron. Big Goron cannot be woken up until, Big Goron, you know how it is. It's one word. One word, Big Goron. Which is how I'm trying to be. When people remember me, I want them to be like, Big Zach, one word. Oh shit, Big Zach would have been a good username too. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Zachary I'm pretty happy with. Because it's just my name with a W, which is fun. And then also, he moves his fingers. I mean, his fingers aren't, his fingers are literally the opposite of little. Literally the opposite of little. Like he moves because he's like, oh, what's up, little friend? Welcome, Goro. Oh, what a tiny Goron you are. You make this big Goron happy with this unexpected visit to my distant home. Oh, what is this you have there? Is that, by chance, a shield? Well, among us Gorons who know well the taste of steel, they are considered a fine delicacy. Little Goron, please, Goro, let me just nibble on the corner, would you? I'll give it back to you just as soon as I've had the tiniest taste. Would you please just let me have a bite? Lick a tiny crumb? Okay, I don't think that's no gross at all. But little one, if I eat it, you will no longer have a shield. Do you mind? It's fine. I don't mind. It was a gift from my childhood friend, Princess Zelda, who's currently stoned out of her mind. But, It's fine. Really, Goro? Thank you, Goro. I'll dig right in. And with that, we let Big Goron have a nibble on our shield. Num 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 num. Slurp slurp. Oh, delicious. It has a deep, rich taste surpassing even the greatest praise I've ever heard. Or I think they said I have heard. But you know, whatever. So yeah, you can come feed your shield to Big Goron. That's a lot of fun. We enjoyed feeding our shield to Big Goron. I guess now it's back on the Kinstone quest. Because we have to find 7 more people who want to fuse Kinstones. We never ended up fusing with that damn chicken either. Something I'll mention while I'm on the Kinstone hunt is after you finish the game, you actually unlock more tracks for the phonograph. So like if you were to unlock it before the end of the game, there was like, what, 28 tracks that we had? Now there are 52. So we just have more tracks just open up to us post-game. So that's just the thing to keep in mind. I love my dad. Oh, Simon, your little girl, she loves you. She loves you so much. Fifi wants to fuse with us. She is the number 7 of last fusion. And you want one of the ones I don't have a lot of, Fifi. Fifi, please don't make me go grind more Kinstones. And this is going to probably be like a nothing. Oh, wait, it was actually a question mark fusion, so it should be something interesting. Oh, you know what, question mark? It's probably a Kinstone if I had to guess what was in that thing. Okay, so that means we have 6 things left to find in the world. Give me a hint, please, Tinkle. I need to know where to go. Guess this golden rope's gonna die after all, because I'm pretty sure there's some NPCs here I can talk to. So I figured we'd come back later for this, but I'm having trouble finding Kinstone. So let's just talk to Big Goron about, hey, what about our shield? Num num, slurp slurp. Oh, delicious. That was excellent. Thank you so much. Now I finally know the legendary taste of a shield, and I will happily fulfill my promise. Let me just spit your shield back out again. Look at his cute little teeth. You got the mirror shield. This mighty shield shines like a mirror, used to reflect enemy attacks. Goro? It seems your shield has changed shape a little as I was chewing on it. Oh, but it's fine. It's still a shield after all, just a slightly different shaped one. I think, well, I have to go now. Goodbye, Goro. Oh, no, you're not actually leaving. Thank you for the delicious shield you gave me last time you came. I think of that flavor even now. Yeah, that's pretty tasty. Sigh, even thinking about it takes me to faraway places. If you ever find another such shield, you must let me taste it, please. Well, I have a different one now. You don't want to eat this one too, do you? Oh, thank God you don't, because I don't know if we were to get our shield eaten by a like, if we could come back and do that again. But yes, the mirror shield. Something you can only do in the post-game. You can finally upgrade your tiny dinky shield into the mirror shield, which is better or something. I don't really know because I never really play around with it because you don't get it until the end game. So like I mentioned during Dark Hyrule Castle, like, hey, I guess you could probably put an item here and then have an item upgrade that could be mandatory, and then you could put in the mirror shield and maybe do like some mirror shield puzzles or something. I don't know if like that would add anything to the game, but it does feel, we don't really need to go this way. I don't know why I'm going this way at all. I don't really know like what it would add to the game at the moment. It's just like a fun little thing to discover like while you're, completing the game, like just running back and forth and just doing like some dumb BS. Like eventually you'll do the fusions with the Gorons, and then you'll be like, oh, hey, I got a mirror shield. This is sick. But it says it reflects attacks back at enemies. When we met the business scrub, we could bounce the Deku nuts back at them. Whenever Octorok shoot at us, yeah, there we go. That's what happens. Okay, I was like, will it reflect the attack? But when it gets hit, it shoots out a laser. That's a really fun, thank you so much, a really fun little effect for it to have. Never really played around with it too much because, like I said, like this post-game, there isn't one. Like, the things that open up are like Kinstones, which I think the Kinstones were available. Like, we could have gone and done Kinstones before we had done the castle, like when we when we left the castle to go get heart pieces. I'm pretty sure we could have done Kinstones then as well. But like the shield, it's just like, okay, cool, you gave me the shield that I'm just gonna run around and I guess play nothing with. Like, I guess you could go on a rematch Vaati with your cool shield and have fun with that. That's a thing you could do. Not that the shield, I was gonna say not the shield would be too useful against Vaati, since Vaati has a very clear the way you're supposed to fight Vaati, but like, you know, it's just so odd to me that they saved this just little extra thing just to do nothing with it. Like I'm pretty sure I talked about this in this Let's Play and in the Oracle ones. When I used to complete games, I would still play them and then just not do any objectives. Like, rather than replaying them, I would just run around and just kind of like do some light roleplay, have fun, just like, haha, I'm playing video game and using weird combinations of items to play out a character. And like, that could be a fun thing where it's like, oh shit, now I have this cool shield to play around with. Yeah, at the end of the day, it kind of is that. Like, if this game had some kind of form of New Game Plus, like, that might be a bit more fun, where like maybe you unlock the mirror shield in this hidden version of the game, and our shield did not reflect the... I was expecting anytime it got hit to fire off a thing, but I guess it's anytime it gets hits with a range attack, it probably fires off, is the idea. But I don't know, like, if there was a New Game Plus, like maybe like a hero mode to this game, it'd be fun to see, like, you start off with the mirror shield whenever Princess Zelda goes through the thing in the Picori Festival, which would be fun. Like, you know, she wins the shield for you, which makes it special. So it'd be fun to just be like, oh shit, she just got me this cool shield that I had to unlock in the first playthrough. And also, you know, I'm just a big fan of hard modes in video games. So it'd be nice, even though, you know, Vaati kicked my ass. So I'm not sure I'm qualified to play around with the hard mode for this game. But I just wanted to mention that. And talk about that. It's just a strange thing I feel like the mirror shield is, and also it has a little reflection on the HUD, which is just a fun little thing. It's a little distracting for me personally, but you know, it's fun to see it. And now we're back on the hunt. Actually, we're gonna go do figures first. I'm tired of the hunt. Okay, so I dropped off the last of our rupees at the shop. It's our final series, my friend. Check it out. Do you want it? Yes, I want to draw one. I just dropped off the rest of our rupees at the shop, which is what you say whenever you purchase things, so we could go ahead and get the full 600 mysterious seashells, so we could continue just to Richie Rich our way through the system and not have to bother with the gacha nonsense. And with that, we're once again done with figures. No way! Congratulations! You've collected every single figure I've ever made. I'll keep a good eye on your collection on the shelf here. And here, I want you to have this. It's the Karlov medal to commemorate your copious collection. I hope you treasure it always. You got the Karlov medal. So if you remember when we turned in our figurines, or we showed our figurines to... Herb? Yeah, that was his name. I was trying to figure out what his name was. I was like... Hank? Hemp? But no, it was Herb. He mentioned that we had the legendary Karlov medal, which we didn't have. You only get it once you get every single figurine. But that checks like for like if you have the figurine cap, and there was a figurine cap finishing, you know, defeating Vaati and killing Vaati, and now Vaati's dead and whatever, and won't return for Four Swords Adventure because Vaati's very, very dead. But no, they wait to give you the Karlov medal until you have all 136 figures. But you are able to get the heart piece with 130, which I actually didn't know previous to starting this. So here we can see our extra figures. We get one of Zelda Unlocked II hanging out. Minish, as we saw the Black Knight, who caused us some problems being the strongest Dark Nut. Vaati Reborn, who did a whole lot of damage to me at one point. Vaati Transfigured, who we had Vaati Transfigured's number, and Vaati's Wrath, who's making me pull out the cane up, Pachi Paki, whatever you want to call it, deeply confused me. And I've spent just enough time in this room to look at these carpets and think of nothing but Wildberry Pop-Tarts because of the combination of that color blue on that color purple being zigzag. So I just keep coming into this room and thinking, damn, I loved Wildberry Pop-Tarts as a kid, which is funny because I love a berry mix, a mix of berry flavors. I hate strawberry, cannot stand strawberry on its own. But if you mix it into a bunch of berries, you know, it ends up being pretty good, I gotta say. And with that, we have nothing left but to find the last Kinstone fusions. Here we go again, hooray! Okay, so I've been at this for a while. I can't tell you how long. I've been at it for an hour and a half as of this recording, but the last recording was 3 hours. I took a break because, like I had said at some point during Dark Hyrule Castle, I got hungry. So I stopped, and I came back, refreshed and renewed, and I ran around the entire damn world, talked to every NPC, seemingly, I have spoken to every single NPC. The last thing that I hadn't done was I hadn't picked up the kinstone thingy that popped up on our map whenever we fused, so I'm not sure if kinstones at some point get limited by, hey, you have to go get the things on the map for more to appear, if I'm just missing some very, very esoteric NPCs. I'll know once I see them if I fused with them. Like I said, I did break this up into 2 things, so I could have just forgotten, but boy howdy, am I losing my mind. These NPCs, they don't want to fuse kinstones, so I'm just going to throw out a few ideas that I think that could improve this game now that we're into kinstone fusion. And also, I'm just going to go ahead and give my verdict. If you want to play this game, getting all the heart pieces, it's good. You know, like you saw, you know, the figures can be a pain in the ass. Not sure I would recommend it on native hardware. And if you're going to play it, if you're going to emulate it, you know, no reason not to play it at the highest percentage possible. Like, I think my emulator goes, like I played it on ×3 because originally I was figuring, like, oh, I'm going to have to edit in all of my figure buying in before I just said, screw it, I'll just show the figure list. And, you know, y'all don't need to see everything popping in here, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, constantly. But, you know, just emulate the game, play it on the highest speed you possibly can when it's time to purchase figures, if that's what you are going to go for. But when it comes to kinstones, I'm not sure I would recommend fusing all the kinstones. I know the reward for it, and spoilers, it's not worth it. It's not like this is going to be worth it. I'm doing this to say I can, and that's the reason I'm going for it. Bragging rights, and just so whenever y'all look back on the LP, you can go, oh, he did do everything, didn't he, huh? Ooh. But a few things that I think could improve the game. Maybe being able to pay Tingle to be like, ooh, I know where you can go fuse some kinstones if you just throw some roops my way. You know, that'd be a nice little thing to kind of like, hey, there's a kinstone fusion here. Although I'm not, like, that could be a little complicated in that, like, what would you do? Like, you'd be like, on this map, you can speak the blank. And, like, you know, that wouldn't work in every single, you know, context because, you know, we have such characters named Goron. Like, Goron would be easy because you would go, oh, Goron, I'll go talk to one of the Gorons, you know, because all of the Gorons, minus Bigoron, are all in one location, so that wouldn't be a problem. But, you know, something like that could be nice. Or, if you remember, there was a period of time, I don't remember which episode it was, but it was one of the in-between episodes, when we started seeing all the people who wanted to fuse that one kinstone I didn't have, and then I made one fusion, and then all of a sudden they all went away, including that damn chicken who ended up never wanting to fuse with us. Maybe using that technology to have all of those random possibilities open up at once. Maybe just let a lot of people do it. Just have a chance of them all, and then if you get them all, like, if it's like, okay, well, you know, all, like, these 5 or 10 NPCs all want to do the same fusion with you. And once you hit one of them, it just knocks them all out. Sure, that'd be obnoxious, like, running around and be like, oh, this person wanted to fuse. But, you know, it would already use existing technology in the game. I probably wouldn't have been at this for nearly as long as I have if I had just run into somebody who would want to just stick stupid rocks together and call it a day. You know, regardless of the context, it'd be pretty good. And those were the 2 ideas that I had. I'm still on the hunt, and now my hunt is essentially refreshed with the idea that I just had that what if that one, picking up that one box was somehow like, you have a kinstone goodie you can go get, you gotta go pick that up before we'll refresh your list. Because I've been all over the world. I've been checking, like, random little Minish, like, holes that I know were throughout the world. I ran through the Castor Wilds again. And I don't like running, or not the Castor Wilds, the Castor Ruins. Like, running that area, I don't know why, but that area is just the biggest pain in the ass. Maybe it's just, like, the mandatory Armos that you have to stop by and go inside. You know, the one that moves when you try to get close to it, so you have to go in and turn it off. You have to do that every single time you want to walk by that area. And just, like, I don't know why, but that area, I've run through it just enough times that I feel nothing but loathe in my heart running through that area. Loathing? I don't know. I'm going to go speak to every single character in the game and just hope for the best again. I found one! This Minish on Mount Criddle wanted to fuse Damn, they picked the like most obscure NPCs they could have. I'm having to climb Mount Criddle again for this forest Minish. You don't even. This isn't your biome. I get liking a biome that you don't live in, but please, this isn't. I don't want to do this. This sucks. I really think they should have used the technology they had. They had the technology. They had the power to just give a bunch of random fusions to a bunch of random people. But no, they were like, Forest Minish on Mount Criddle wants to put stupid rocks together, and you're gonna have to remember where his little hole is. Otherwise, you're fucked. I don't even need money anymore. Fun little glitch you can do. You can just roll straight through enemies with your iframes if you time it right. That's a fun little glitch you can do, where you can just roll through enemies with your iframes if you time it right. The one that I keep showing you how cool and good I am at doing it. Another cool little glitch you can do is this mushroom. You can suck it all down from here, which is cool and useful. Here's a Minish I didn't think to fuse with. There was the fusion connoisseur who exists in the Hyrule Castle Gardens, who I didn't consider that we should fuse with. Oh, and there was another tree that we could unblock. It doesn't seem like there's anything past the tree, so it's probably another spot where we can diggy dig for more money. Either that, or for whatever reason they didn't put the prize on that version of the thing, and it's just not there. And wait, I don't remember if I went back in to check if we could continue to fuse with that one Minish on Mount Criddle. Oh god, I hope that we don't have to go back there. I don't wanna. Yeah, it's just money. Just money back here. It's just a good place to come and get some money if you need that. Thank you so much. Deku Scrub wants to fuse. Deku Scrub in Castor Wilds in a wall near the top. I guess it doesn't really matter me telling you where I'm finding them because they are semi-random. So I think we have 3 left after this Deku Scrub. I lost count. I forgot to say it out loud last time. But I'm pretty certain that we have 3 left. Because I think I was thinking, oh boy, we have 4 left, which made me sad because 4 is my favorite number. And I love the chance to say that at every chance I get. Just because it's something that I like to say. I like to say that 4 is my favorite number. It's just, it's good to let people know, you know? And what would actually the fastest way to get there? Probably this Wind Crest. Because I have been looking at NPC lists trying to figure out where the hell possible NPCs could be that I didn't talk to. Like, I would have never guessed. Oh, there was a Deku Scrub in the Castor Wilds who I didn't talk to? Really? Okay, sure. And I did see a fusion for business scrubs who are in the Minish Woods. But they were like, they're behind walls, and it's like, or not behind walls, but they were stuck in these trees, and then I would come here, and then I'd be like, boy, we never did open these trees, and we got this thing. So eat the laser. You didn't even need to get nutted back in your face. Laser took care of it. So let's go ahead and fuse some stones. That'd be great. That'd be excellent. I have so many of these. Don't you walk away from me. I know I pressed B, but I'm allowed to be irrational now. I'm not allowed to be irrational. You should never be irrational. You always should be chill. You know, we're having a fun, good time with this game. And I'm playing this game in a way that you're probably really not supposed to. Like, there are way more kinstone fusions than you need to do in the video game. You only need to do 9 kinstone... you'll send me a kinstone piece. Sure, that'd be nice. Yeah, I will get lost. I actually will come back in just in case you do want to fuse again, though. Oh, I'm so glad you want to fuse again, which I think leaves us with 1 more fusion in video game. Hooray! Like, you're not supposed to get all the kinstone fusions in the game. They're just a nice little bonus thing for you to come and do. Like there are only 9 kinstone fusions you need to do in the video game, and they're all like the gold kinstone fusions. And I guess one of those is the hurdy-gurdy man. Although there is a way to skip the hurdy-gurdy man. Because if, like, whenever you try to do that kinstone fusion, you can, like, just quit and save out. And you don't have to do the kinstone fusion, which is interesting. Which I imagine then, like, he shows up in the bar, so maybe it's like a safe state, not a safe state, you know, like just like a backup thing, like a safe thing to do. Like, so there is a backup, like, oh shit, they didn't fuse with the hurdy-gurdy man. We'll just place him somewhere so you could fuse again with him later if you were to miss him. And how do we even get around the Castor Wilds? I could look at the map, but it's fine. I'm sure we can just power our way through here. We have a lot of shortcuts opened up from the rocks we pushed, which is nice. I'm not going back for that heart because what I'm hoping, I'm just going to see if I can jump over the swamp. Can I jump again once? Yeah, we can jump again once we get in the swamp, so we don't have to pull out our boots. Our boots probably would have been a little bit quicker, but you know how it is. But you know, you're not supposed to get all the Kinstone fusions. The reward is not going to be worth it. So like, you know, it's not like, oh, there's something cool locked behind it or anything. It's just a nice little bonus thing. It's like the Koroks and Breath of the Wild. There's 900 of them. Oh, I thought this was going to be a Minish. Damn it. That's why I kept talking, because I was like, this is where the last person will be and we'll be done. But no, that's not the case at all, is it? Not at all. You know, there's like 900, 800 Koroks. I forget how many there are. I didn't get them all. I got like 300 of them. And then I was like, you know, I've finished this game. I'm not looking for any more Koroks, and called it there. So it's one of the few like main Zelda games that I didn't like do everything in. Because I normally try to do it. Like this for years was one of the ones I didn't do everything in, but felt bad about it because it was like, I felt like it was possible to get them all in. Oh, I remember what I was thinking. I was thinking I was going to go see Tingle, make sure that we still have Kinstone fusions. Like maybe I miscounted, and we did in fact do them all. I think we have a single one left, which is now going to drive me wild. There was a point where I was thinking about calling it quits and just saying like, well, I guess I can't do it. Bye. Maybe the game locked me out of it. Okay, let's... Moment of truth. One more to go. You know where it is, Tinkle? Tinkle, you know there's one left. You know where it is? God, I wish we could flip Dr. Ox upside down. That would kick ass. Big Goron shows up on the Vale maps after you wake him up. That's good! I was hoping this cow would be it. Okay, so I looked up a guide because I've talked to every NPC in this game multiple times. And apparently there are such things as fickle fusers. According to... I'm looking at a GameFAQs guide. I forgot what GameFAQs was called. Apparently there are fusers in this game who just won't want to fuse with you sometimes. And the advice was, hey, enter and exit the room a couple times and they might want to fuse. And in the guide, they specifically mentioned Tina here as one of the possible fickle fusers who are like, hey, you might have missed Tina because they're the only person who can make this fusion in the game. And school drools, I'm not walking back and forth into school over and over again. It is a perfect fit. I hope you find your good fortune. Teachers deserve better. Please just fuse rocks with me for next time, please. That's all I wanted was somebody to stick rocks with. We have so many Kinstones left. Who would have guessed that our fate would have been too many Kinstones in the end? But that was our last fusion, and we're going to go get our stupid chest. Thank you so much for playing my game. But that was Minish Cap. We've done almost everything in the game. We have one more thing to collect, so... I liked this game a whole lot. It's a very, very comfy Zelda game. There's some fun dungeons in it. I complained earlier because I was like, there's some better dungeons, but there's some good dungeons in here. I like the more puzzle boxy dungeons that get your mind erasing. I can kind of autopilot these. I think some of the puzzles in the Oracle games sometimes end up being a little bit more complicated, which, you know, sometimes that's for the good, sometimes that's for the worse. The dungeons in this game is just a bit more linear than the kinds of dungeons that I tend to prefer. But it's still a very, very good Legend of Zelda game. One of my favorites, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. But now that we've fused every single Kinstone, we can come back to Tingle. You fused each and every last Kinstone. Way to go, Mr. Fairy. You can claim this Tingle trophy as your own with pride now. And there we go. You got the Tingle trophy. And with that, we have no more Kinstones. All our Kinstones are gone. Oh, we can actually come in here and still look at all of our Kinstones, see how many we have. It's still the Kinstone bag. It's just we put our bag inside of a trophy, and then we can come over here to our Karlov Medal. I almost said Karlov Mevel. And look at that. And that's that. That's the end of video game. I was going to say more, but I think I said it all. I like this game a lot. It's really pretty. It's good. we're gonna, you know what, we're gonna do one more thing. I was like, well, shit, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but it's fine. I earned it. I've been doing this for so long. I think, okay, so this recording has been going on for 2.5 hours. So this finale has, like 5.5 hours of footage that I've recorded for it, and the majority of it at this point is looking for Kinstone fusions. Vaati may have defeated me once, but we came back and Vaati clapped us, and we came back. No, we do the clapping here. But then we walked out into the world and went, I can't wait to stick some of these fun rocks together with some of my friends in the world. And then that turned out to be the true final boss of the video game. But before we go out, let's become purple. Let's take 2 shots of our milk. And now we're going to be very, very sick because we drank an entire thing of milk. And we're just going to go ahead and let Lonk II get some sleep because that is the end of their journey. And I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I enjoyed playing the game, even though at the end I complained a lot. But that's the end of the video game. And, you know, we could get out of bed, collect our Kinstone out of that. But I think we're just going to let Lonk and Eslo take a nice little nap together. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Because I'm going to hit you with the can of Pocky, and then you're going to flip over, and you're going to go, oh, you! And then you'll file for assault.